So do you agree with President Trump's stance reported by NBC that he would possibly bomb Iran if they don't work on a new nuclear deal? And how concerned are you about this escalating tensions?
I do agree with President Trump. Under no circumstance can this Iranian regime, which has been causing terror across the Middle East and across the world, frankly, under no circumstance can we allow them to acquire a nuclear weapon that they can use against Israel or use against the United States in some way. So I believe that, we've spent the last several years, first it was the Obama administration that allowed them this crazy deal that they had. And then, of course, the Biden administration reinstating that. And of course, the president's been very strong to get rid of that. We're at an interesting moment in Iran. I think the people of Iran are tired of this regime. We can tip it over by being tough, and we can have a moment where we have peace and tranquility in the Middle East if we act decisively.
Well, let's stick with foreign policy, but move on to this. Trump also saying he is, quote, very angry with Russian President Vladimir Putin over comments he made on ending the war in Ukraine, saying it's not going in the right direction. So, Congressman, Trump was confident he could get Russia and Ukraine to reach an agreement to end the fighting, to end this bloodshed. Is this a setback for peace?
Well, certainly I think we're at a different place today with the Russia-Ukraine conflict than we would have been under Kamala Harris, for sure. I think the president has done his best to try and get peace for Ukraine and Russia, but both Russia and Ukraine are going to have to want and desire peace and want to not kill their own citizens if we're going to get this deal done. I hope that Vladimir Putin decides that it's the right thing to do for Russia. Certainly we've all seen the back and forth with the leadership of Ukraine, that I hope that they will take this deal too. We need to end this conflict honorably and in a way that we push back on Russia as well.
Yeah, 3 years is long enough. All right, moving back onto American soil, both Wisconsin and Florida are gearing up for these special elections this Tuesday in just a couple of days to fill several open seats in the House and Senate, including Secretary of State Marco Rubio's Senate seat, along with Matt Gaetz and Mike Waltz's seats as well. So what happens if Republicans lose these spots?
Well, we're not going to lose them. We're going to win them. We're going to win all three of those. Well, we're going to win those seats for sure. I'm confident of it. Look, there's going to be special elections are always strange, especially when you've got an incumbent president. Sometimes the other side is very energized. And we've seen the left, they've been lied to. They've been told that the Republican Party is going to cut Medicare and going to cut all these things. That's not true. But they've been told that by these interest groups that are out there. So they're energized. And we need Republicans in these states, and particularly in these districts, to show up and do everything they can. I've already helped the candidates in these special elections, but we're going to get it done.
Well, you seem very certain that Republicans are going to win, but Republicans do seem to be squirming a little bit. House Republicans already have a slim majority, as we know, and we saw Trump trying to help your party this week by pulling Congresswoman Elise Stefanik's nomination to be ambassador to the United Nations. I mean, let's level here. Are you worried about the current balance of power shifting?
Well, certainly when you have a two-seat majority, nobody wants to sneeze and get a bad cold in the House of Representatives.
Right.
That's for sure. I mean, obviously, we have to be very careful with it. The president has to be careful with it. I appreciate his decision on Elise Stefanik. It probably was the right one. We have to maintain the majority in the House. We have a very thin majority. We all should be concerned about that, but we've got to manage it and manage it properly. And I think that's what's happening here, Anna.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.